get the plank in first because I don't really need it. So get that out of the way. I wasn't expecting the sun out this soon, but that's good. Okay, engine's on, the satellite tracking, the Zolio's on, the chart tracking is on. So let's get this untied and get out of here. Well, I put the windshield up. It probably wouldn't have needed it, but it doesn't hurt. But this vest is going to be too warm. I can see that right now with the sun beating down. Kind of nice though to have that sun. I wasn't expecting it. Based on the forecast, it's supposed to be cloudy all day. Oop, it's rather critical. Almost went off and left my fire ring, and I can't really tell which way the wind is blowing. But it's supposed to be from that direction. Let's go ahead and do this one first. Came off a little easier than I expected. All right, I need to go back and put some power on because it's swinging around on me. I think that'll work. All right. Well, we'll need to untie that once I get out because it's trying to go around on me here. It went pretty well. It's always a little bit tough to figure out the wind, especially it's been kind of gusty. And untie this extra line I got. All right, we'll close this up for now and we'll get out through here and then we'll turn the cameras off for now until we get down the road a ways. Well, it's been kind of a mixed deal this morning. We had that mist earlier and off and on, even in the last hour, but now we've got a little bit of sun showing. Kind of gusty winds. It feels southwest, but they said northwest, so I don't know what to expect here. All right, what I need to do is go out through this way a little bit. Yeah, it's blowing from the southwest now, so I don't know. It's not what I expected. Well, turn things off. All right. Oh yeah. put the autopilot in standby, take over control, see what we can find in here. Well, we're going over to this island here. We're going to check islands as we go in. There's one out in the middle there that looks pretty good to me, but let's look at this one before we go in, just in case we have to come back out. This one looks a little more bushy. The one over there looks a lot better. Looks like these islets are going to be kind of the thing. So, the benefit is that it gives you a lot of sun, so because they're open. This one's kind of close to shore, so it gives you some options for wood without having to go too far. All right, that's close enough, I think, to see. Certainly doable, I think. Looks like a nice entry right there, actually. Or on maybe on the back side even, but yeah, it looks like you could go in on the back side too. So let's go out and check this other one. Certainly from that side you could go in, and there might be a dead tree on that island. Looks like it's kind of connected to the mainland there. It's not really free from a little rock there. Came up to about 6 feet. Well, there's a real barren rock there, but I think this one here is a possibility. And then I think there's one further in. Okay, so there's shoals behind it. That one out there would be pretty good, but let's see what this one has. It's a little bit more protected back in here. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this one. We'll see how this goes. Favor a little bit to the left because of the wind here. Nope. Wind just came up just as I was approaching. I'll try it again here. Gonna have to use this bush here, I guess, or tree. Had that rope lined. It got wound around about 3 things. Well, a bush here I can use. Not very big. Yeah, let's go down here. Maybe I can use this rock instead. No, this tree is as good as anything, I think. but I need to pull that boat around quite a bit. We're not going to tie this yet. See if I can pull the boat around. I'll leave that there for now. Try this again. So we'll go redo this one. Hustling back and forth here. One more time, folks. Bow looks pretty good. That's much better. Go over and finish the starboard. Let's go to this tree over here. It's warm. .8, pretty short trip. It's full again. What's going on here? I changed my destination. I'm in Northam Bay. I was going to go quite a bit further, but the weather was kind of blowing out there in the channel, making it a little bit unpleasant for steering. I mean, it was going okay, but I thought, you know, why beat against the wind? I've had nice days. So many days, I might as well just wait for the wind to come down a little bit before I try to go around. I was going to go about 10 miles, so I only went about halfway. Maybe even a little less. We'll do that tomorrow or the next day. We'll see how this goes. This is a nice spot. Not quite as open as the other ones. There's some trees here, although it isn't going to provide any shade in the afternoon. Temperature 63, so it's swimmable. I saw again several shoals that were not marked. So again, I re-emphasize, do not trust the charts. There's rocks everywhere and there are pinnacles underneath and they're not marked. I noticed on Temagami, it's a lot more accurate. Most reefs are marked, not all, but most, and they're pretty accurate. I got 6.2 off the stern here, so it gets steep fairly fast. Save the file, go to the track and name it. This will be K4. All right, K4. 4.8 miles. And we'll turn off the sounder. Oh yeah, I need to send a message to the family that I'm here. Check in okay. The trip today was pretty routine, dealing with a little more wind than I have for several days. Certainly manageable. It's a little harder to come into these spots because of the wind blowing you sideways. And then to hold it steady because of the gusts, it's sometimes either it's underpowered or overpowered. It wants to go one way or the other. As long as I can get the most prevalent line out and start pulling on it to help the boat a little bit, it'll usually do okay. That's what happened here. I had to go out and do another loop because the wind was just pushing me down onto this rock on the right here, and I didn't want to hit that. We came in perfect on the second run. Anyway, we will talk to you later. Let's get this fire going, see how well it goes tonight. If I don't fall into it, let's try that. Well, I'm here, but fire started right away. I had to see part of a log there that I cut up, and there's more I can take with me tomorrow. And then this is what I've got. I split a few pieces today, and so I've got plenty for tonight to burn. I don't think there's going to be any sunset tonight because the clouds we had cleared out. So we have just some reflection here off the trees. That's about it. It's already cooling off. That sun goes down. It's going to get cold tonight. It's 64, I think, the last I looked. I should check that to see what they're saying for tonight for weather. I haven't gotten weather since this morning. Oh no, that was it right there. So we got winds north-northwest at 8. The low is going to get down to 41 tonight. So that gives you an idea how cold it's going to get. Might not need the vest this close to the fire this early. It'll be nice later, but not right now. Beautiful evening. Sun setting on the trees. And better get some more wood. That toe was still giving me painful, favoring it a lot to keep from putting too much pressure on that big toe. When I was a kid, that toe was fused. Surgery for polio. They put a pin in it so that the bone doesn't flex. So my big toe on the left foot won't flex, and consequently, if I stub it against something, it really hurts. I managed to do that. Had my shoes off. I can't remember what I was doing. Going out, I think, to the cockpit. And there's a step up there, and I hit my toe against that step. It really hurt. We got a good fire going. We'll see if we can avoid getting any fire underneath there. A mix of weather today. We started out in a rain, or a light mist, I should say, with cloudy weather pretty much all day. And then later afternoon it started to clear, and now it's clear. And temperatures are cooler by about 15, 16 degrees from yesterday. We're probably down in the low 60s this evening. There was some gusty winds early in the day, and it kind of did that pretty much through the day, along with the cloud cover. And cut some firewood. This old log right here, I don't know if you can see that in the picture or not, but I cut that up, and there's some more there that I can cut tomorrow. Burns very well. It's very dry. Anyway, so I'll have some firewood. I might even have enough to take to another stop. They had some firewood on this particular little islet. Had chili for dinner with salad, rolls, and a cold beer. I haven't had any dessert. I didn't feel like having anything at dinner. I'll probably have a Bailey's later before bed, but forget what day it is, but I think we're on about a week on the water now, and it's been good weather every day. So you can't beat that. Hopefully that'll hold, and we'll have good weather for the remainder. You never know what you're going to get. Nice little cove. There was a couple of different islands I could have used. I chose this one just because it was back in a little further, and it gives a little better protection from wind if it comes up. I don't think there's going to be any, but I always kind of think about wind whenever I look for spots. So, speaking of that, let me check what the forecast is for winds tomorrow. Well, it stays at about 7 out of the north tonight, right on through the morning. It looks like 8 miles an hour at 9 a.m. from the north. Then it peters out towards the evening. But it's pretty much about what it was today out of the north, so I don't know what I'm going to do. There is a little bay up in this direction. I'd like to maybe go up and check that out with the dinghy, so I may do that. It's feasible that there's there's a trail up there too, but it's about 500 feet, about double what I've done in the past to to bushwhack to get to that trail. And I'm not sure I want to bushwhack that far. If the tree cover was, if it's all pine and it's not too steep, I might consider it. But the last 2 times I've done that, it's been really steep, and it's far enough to go 200 feet, let alone 500, 400, or 500 feet. So we'll see how that plays out tomorrow, but I'll probably just do some fishing and go down there and check to see if there's any moose, or, I try to poke around and see if I can come across some critters. So far, there's been lots of loons. You might have heard some already this evening because I've been calling. No big game, no moose, no bear. Surprises me, I guess, a little bit, but there's just a scarcity, I think, of critters in this country. But one thing that surprised me, I think, more than anything else is the fact that I haven't seen not one bald eagle yet. And to me, that's strange. In all this water, perfect eagle habitat. I noticed that at Temagami, there's scarcity there, but this is even worse. At least over at Temagami, I'd occasionally see one, but here, nothing. It's getting dark. Evening has turned out to be really beautiful. I'm sure there's going to be stars out tonight if I stay out that long. Not sure yet, like I said before, whether I'll be moving tomorrow or not. I think what I'll do in the first thing is go out with the dinghy, do a little fishing, go up to the far end of this little bay, and I'll come back, see what time it is, and determine whether I should move on or not. That'll depend a lot on the wind and conditions that we have at that time. It sounds like the day should be good tomorrow, or a nice day, but it will be cool, very cool. I think the high is in the 50s. The wind looks like similar kind of wind that we had today, which was about 10 miles an hour, I'm guessing, at the most. But it was kind of gusty. That's one of the reasons I pulled off early instead of going around. I was going to go for about a 10-mile leg. That was the original plan. This stop was going to be later in the trip. But I thought, with the wind beating against me, I was going right into the wind. It didn't seem to make sense to keep going. Well, I pulled in here instead, shortened the trip. Instead of 10 miles, I went about 5. There's some geese out flying around tonight, some loons, but no big game. I haven't seen any bear, no moose. It's been pretty quiet. Very enjoyable conditions in terms of the trip itself. Can't beat the weather. It's been ideal fall, September weather. Check off for the evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.